Sometimes simple daily chores such as making breakfast, doing the laundry, or driving a car are taken for granted. The simple act of writing a letter or the more complex task such as playing the guitar both require a special combination of movements from the muscular and skeletal systems with commands from the nervous system. And if you consider walking, running, or riding a bike, the strength and dexterity of your legs is integral. In the event that a person loses a limb to disease or injury, or if they were born without one, orthotics and prosthetics can be invaluable. The loss of a hand or an arm can severely hamper job requirements or activities required in daily life. The loss of a foot or leg has obvious implications regarding walking and running. Designing and creating prosthetic devices is a highly personalized science because it can change a person's life for the better.
The Hanger vision has always been to consider the total patient, not just the part that's lost.
Hanger Incorporated is the leading provider of prosthetics and orthotics in the United States. In 1861, just before the first land battle of the American Civil War, a young James Edward Hanger suffered a devastating injury that required leg amputation. As an aspiring engineer, Hanger set out to find a solution, and the Hanger Company was formed. Currently employing over 5,000 people, Hanger successfully helps people with physical challenges lead productive, independent lives. Hanger Clinic partners with prosthetic and orthotic manufacturers to design and test the most advanced technologies in the world, including the Michelangelo hand, the B-Bionic hand, the iLimb hand, and the Elan microprocessor-controlled hydraulic foot.
In my opinion, the biggest prosthetic breakthroughs in the past 20 years have got to be microprocessor technologies, utilizing computers in knees and ankles and upper extremities where you have them in the hands, the fingertips. It's awesome to see where prosthetics have come. Also how the prosthetic system is attached to the person's body, where we utilize gel materials, where the prosthetic system is more comfortable than ever. So we now have people walking, running, jumping and doing all sorts of things with prosthetics. So the future is very, very bright.
The B-Bionic hand is a new generation fully articulating myoelectric hand, combining innovative technology with a lifelike appearance. The B-Bionic hand utilizes motors in the palm that reduces the relative weight of the device. Each finger features a spring return, allowing the fingers to naturally flex when loaded, useful when pushing down on the hand to aid standing up from a chair. Individual actuators drive each finger, allowing each digit to move and grip in a natural and coordinated manner, providing compliant and conformable grips around complex shapes. The Elan is a hydraulic foot controlled by microprocessors to provide real-time simultaneous adjustments while walking. It is designed to adapt dynamically when the user is walking on a variety of surfaces and changing gait speeds. The Elan provides a brake effect when walking down inclines, resulting in optimized momentum and security. This gives the user the ability to negotiate uneven terrain, such as slopes and ramps, all with less effort, increased stability, and greater confidence. With sensors that determine the direction and speed of the foot's movement, the microprocessor controls the flexion angle of the ankle, allowing the foot to lift during the swing phase and adjust to changes in force, speed, and terrain during the step phase.
I'm Chad Viduri. I'm from Jarrell, Texas. I am below the knee amputee. I lost my leg about 5 years ago in a forklift accident. Ended up amputating the leg. Tried to find a foot that actually worked for me. Usually with the non-articulating foot, it was a little more difficult to walk up and down hills. Sometimes I would have to walk sideways, step by step. Falling, tripping on things was quite a bit of an issue for me. With the Elan, I just walk normal. It pushes me along. It helps me slow down when I need to slow down, come to a complete stop. Being on my feet all day long, every day, it really helps me out. Even when I'm walking through a parking lot or on a trail, when I step on a rock or stick, I don't feel the adjustments. It just accommodates for it and it feels very normal.
Looks good.
Having a microprocessor foot is just like having a cell phone. You pretty much plug it in every night and to charge it. The charge lasts me all day long no matter what I do.
All the programming that's required for the foot happens in the office. And then once they leave the office and the foot's programmed, they essentially don't have anything to do besides charge the foot. It's the best compliment to see a patient walking, let's say in pants, and you can't even tell they're an amputee. And the patients that I've seen that have been in an Elan foot, that is how they ambulate.
The single greatest breakthrough, now that's a difficult question, that's very exciting as well, will probably relate to the device itself, osseointegration, where the device is actually affixed to the bone. It is going to communicate with the patient more like the actual limb that the patient has lost.
You're going to see a combination of techniques and new techniques developed that will incorporate every aspect of the body. The neurological system, the vascular supply, the skeletal structure, the tissue density, the skin integrity, everything. And then you'll map that against a simulator, which that simulator will then predict how well somebody's going to do in a prosthesis or orthotic device.
I believe a limb of the future will be biologically connected to the patient, taking like a titanium leg or a bone and attaching it to an existing bone. And I believe we will find ways to tap into those biological systems.
The single greatest breakthrough is really going to be around a neural interface and how those devices interact directly with the brain function.
We're really going to be looking at the perfect orthosis, which is invisible. As a result of the internal implants, we'll be able to reprogram that muscle activity to enhance their walking abilities or whatever movement patterns we're looking for.
Although prosthetic devices are not quite capable of the same tasks as a patient's original biological limbs, scientists and engineers are striving to mimic the anatomy and physiology of missing limbs to give patients a realistic experience. The closer they can get to the real thing, the better, because people often struggle with emotional aspects of losing a limb, as well as the physical absence.
We are going to see much more integration between the practitioner, the patient, and digital technology.
The reality is most patients won't have to come into a physical office. A lot of things should be able to be handled through a virtual environment, through automatic software updates, through wireless networks.
Some prosthetic devices are simple and minimally functional, while others are complex bionic artificial limbs. Improved designs have advanced hydraulics, lightweight materials such as carbon fiber, and computer microprocessors and sensors. Myoelectric limbs are rapidly improving, with the ability to convert muscle movements to electrical signals. Myoelectric sensor systems require a number of electrodes implanted in the person's body. The electrodes connect the brain to the prosthetic device, where electric signals are converted into a digital format for the prosthetic device's robotic motors. Scientists seek to discover the right combination of optical nerve stimulation and nerve sensing technology to create a two-way interface that lets the brain command the prosthetic device while feeling sensations such as temperature or pressure. The future is exciting in the world of prosthetics, as scientists' designs will one day interface seamlessly with the brain like real limbs. Designing and building prosthetics is a career that requires creativity, ingenuity, and innovation. However, industry specialists estimate prosthetic specialists are in decline, and that by the year 2020, there will be a 47% increase in the amputee population. If the shortage of prosthetists continues, only 68% of those in need of prosthetic care will have access to trained help. The American Academy of Orthotists and Prosthetists is hoping to get more young people interested in careers in prosthetics through a series of outreach efforts designed to increase high school students' awareness and interest in the profession. It is called Project Quantum Leap. In addition to disseminating information through high school guidance counselors and job fairs, the key feature of the awareness campaign is a one-stop website, www.opcareers.org. Scientists and engineers continue to make incredible strides with prosthetics, and with advances in robotic devices and sensors and electrodes able to receive messages from the brain, people who have lost limbs will see improvements in their lifestyles for years to come.